deep, I'ma back out this mitten. Bread on his head, now we ending up missing. Smoking on we gon' fuck up his fitted. Like, who with that right there?
WSU Radio, the number one college radio station all over New York City.
So
we had to bring them out, you know what I'm saying? 4-1s in the building. We got Jay Gelato.
Jahh Staxks.
And Jahh Staxks.
Yes, sir.
How's it going? How's life? How's everything? You guys are going crazy.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. It's been crazy for me because Foreign Cypher really went crazy out of nowhere. Like, and it jumped. Like, first day, we saw it hit like 10, 15K. So we was like, oh shit, like that's crazy. You know? We just checking it day by day. We're not checking it hour by hour because vids usually don't go that crazy for us. So we start checking it day by day. It's had like 20, 30, 40. Next thing we know, it hit 100. So,
He was mad hype in a group chat.
We just adapting right now, you know. Still pumping out music daily.
Jahh Staxks, where were you in the build?
Huh?
Why was he in the 4-1 Cypher?
Nah, for me, they went crazy though, but my son Savo, for me, wasn't no more time to be and shit for me. But for me, I'm gonna be back for one Cypher part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2.
It's gonna have to be damn near like 5 minutes.
Did I? Some shit on that shit work.
Wait, I was like, damn, where's Jahh Staxks in the 4? But we'll get him in part 2.
Stacks and Cardi, gangsta.
Oh, Mocardi, yeah.
Shout out my son Mocardi.
Yeah, like
guys.
And where and you was speaking about the views, right? You said that you saw the 60K. You was checking about day because you're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys, when you guys see your own views, and you're saying before the 100K and it hit like 5K, 10K, and stuff like that, did that discourage you guys? Did you guys like make you guys want to stop? Or if that doesn't, how do you guys? If it does, how do you guys like continue growing?
I don't know. It kind of inspires me more because before, when I first started, I don't know, it was kind of like an insecure thing. Like, you see your views, and you know other people see your views. So it's like, damn, other people won't think I'm ass. But, like, once you get to a certain point where you know, like, your potential and where you could go with the music, it's just, like, seeing your views lower than you feel like they could be just inspires me to do more. So,
Nah, it wasn't. With me, bro, like, when I had dropped my first vid, for me, like, at first I was, like, discouraged for me because my first vid, I'm like, nah, I'm mad scared for me. But then I seen it, right now it's at, like, 6 point. I'm like, nah, for me, that's my first vid. But for me, took my break, now I'm back. For me, about to start dropping way more for me.
Right. Why did you take that break?
For me, I feel like for me, that break was needed. For me, I just needed to, especially during quarantine, like, a lot happened during quarantine for me. So I just needed that break to recoup, came back, about to go crazy.
But, and, you know, right now we're somewhat still in quarantine. I know that. Like, do you feel like quarantine helped you guys, like rappers wise?
For me, I learned a lot during quarantine. For me, so like I realized the stuff that I learned in quarantine, I put a lot of that in my songs when I write and shit. For me, so I put
And you know about learning. That's during quarantine. I want to know what's the biggest life lesson you guys learned in your life.
Shit, during quarantine?
Or not, overall.
Nah, not gonna front. Me, it was probably just to, like, not take your struggle personal type shit. Like, when you're going through what you're going through and your emotions, to recognize that everybody going through something at that same time. And, like, if you take it personal and feel like it's only you going through this, you're just gonna stay in a hole and dig yourself deeper. You gotta just recognize that everybody struggle and you gotta get past it.
That's crazy because, like, for me, like, I take them as family. So for me, they have to remind me of that shit sometimes. My boy Gelato right here be remind me of that shit. But for me, I feel like the biggest lesson is not being scared to, like, reach out for help and shit for me. Because, like, I know a lot of niggas, they be like, they don't like help. And I'm that type of nigga. For me, I don't really like asking for handouts, but you got a support group for me.
What is one thing you wish you knew right now than when you first started rapping?
What I did when I first started rapping?
Yeah, what was one thing you know now, like, damn, I wish I knew that?
For me, I wish I knew how to, like, cause, like, I used to, like, stumble a lot for me. So I wish I knew how to, like, order my shit in, like, AB format and shit. My son D-Bills told me how to do that shit. So my journey of writing from when I first started is, yeah.
Now, for me, it was just to use my regular voice. For me, I was going up in the town, Pop Smoke, going up, everybody, and I definitely have the voice that I got now. When I first started, it was nowhere near it, so I was just real insecure about it. But once I started using my regular voice, I got more confident.
Do you get comments when people be thinking like you be forcing your voice?
Yeah, like certain people think I be forcing my voice. That's how it really was when I first started too, because people just knew it was obvious. Audio is low, voice is deep. It was too obvious. But now, I don't know. I just use my regular voice to feel natural.
All right. And what you got? How long you guys been rapping for?
Shit. I think we started the latest. I'm not gonna lie. That's true. I started like a year and a half ago, probably 2 years ago, or recently.
Nah, where I started around the same time. Got in the stool. Like I wasn't even really planning on getting in the stool. I mean, but it was in the stool, so I'm like, nah, let me try this shit out. Word. For me, tried it out. Started liking it. For me.
Yeah.
And that they helped you get into this, to start making music. How did they convince you to start rapping? Same. Like, yeah.
Nah, for me, D was my right hand. Like, is my right hand. So he always been rapping. So for me, when I wasn't rapping it, he was. I was just from the outside looking in. And then it was one day, for me, we had hit the trap, me and the guys in the hood, and I came with a verse. I don't know. I wasn't confident. I just knew I had a verse. All the guys was in the trap rapping. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to spit this verse. I spit my verse. They like, yo, I should fire, gang. Take that to the stool. And then we took it to the stool, and the rest was history. So they really inspired me. I'm not going to lie. They're the ones that really pushed me and told me to get in the stool. So,
Right. And when I had D-Bills and they were talking about their first passion was basketball, but that was your passion too? Or?
I don't know. My first passion was like, for me, I'm not gonna lie, my parents was really heavy on the school shit. And before I was rapping, I was just real good with like my voice. Like I was outspoken. So when I was younger, I was really deep in the church. I used to go out and speak out in churches for like Black History Month and shit like that. Word. So I wasn't really always into music. I was just real outspoken. And then quarantine hit, and from you hit that transition from being younger and doing the good shit that you used to do and stepping off the porch, and then it translated to rapping for me.
For me, I don't know. Yo, ask that. My fool. Ask that.
So when Tata and them, when they said that their first passion was basketball, what was their first?
For me, it was basketball. I used to play on this team, Brooklyn USA, but then I got to a point where I'm like, nah. For me, I ain't want to play ball no more. Started going outside more, like he said, during quarantine, hanging around D and Tata.
Do you feel like you're better than Tata?
Hell yeah, I would bust Tata ass merch. Tata, I know I would bust Tata.
He came up here in front of you.
Yeah, he came up here in front of crazy. Tata.
It's alright though for me. My son D, he just fucking 7'4".
Nah,
for me, so
I'm not gonna lie, my
son
son D a bucket.
Can't do shit with that.
My son D a bucket.
Decrease a few inches, I'm killing him too.
So 1v1 with you and Tata, what's it good?
Probably like, what's the game
11.
11-6. Merch.
11-0.
11-0?
11-0. Tata's done. 11-0.
Alright, so when you guys first started rapping, one of the more important things as a rapper is the name. I want to know how you guys got the name Jahh Staxks and Jay Gelato.
For me, Jahh Staxks, I don't know. I just came up with that shit like off the dome. Like for me, I just started rocking with it. I done went through a lot of name transitions.
What was one of the worst names?
What was one of Ray Glizzy.
Hey yo.
Nah, but back then, almost everybody was using Glizzy because it wasn't like, for me.
Hey.
Pause.
I ain't never used the Glizzy.
Bro, mad drill rappers back then was using Glizzy.
I know one drill rapper that has Glizzy in his name. That's it.
No one used to use the Glizzy. He's wild.
Rage Glizzy, that's the only rapper I know.
Stop talking about Glizzy. Jay Gelato, I'm not gonna lie, I was late to everything. Like I was late to Facebook too. For me, that's big in Brooklyn. So I was looking for my Facebook name with, for me, somebody that was real close to me at the time. And it was like, oh, Jay Gelato. I'm like, all right, Jay Gelato was cool, but it didn't really stick yet. And then for me, I started going outside. For me, I stepped off the porch, and then for me, started doing what I do, and then
It's like Lotto.
Word, Gelato. And then I started rapping, and I made my little tag Gelato. For me, after that, Gelato just stuck.
Okay.
It just
So
worked.
it ain't, there was no time where you thought about Glizzy in the name?
Yeah, nah. Yeah,
Nah,
Glizzy
yeah.
was never an option for me. You
I
feel
feel
me?
like all of us have that little like that tag for me. Everybody got something before they sing a song for me. I'll be like Staxks. That's crazy. 'Cause I then sat down like on my birthday. I had went to the studio for my birthday, and I was on some smack shit in the studio. I'm like, nah, it came out. It's just now mad fire.
That's the tag. So what's y'all go-to Adlib then? When y'all can't think of anything, what's the Adlib?
Yo, oh my God, yo. Let me stand
King
my
of-
ad
I'm not gonna
right
lie, King
now
of Adlibs.
for everybody. Let me
I'm not
just
gonna
stand
lie.
my ad. I got a few for y'all. You feel me? Listen, if you ever hear, God damn, that's Gelato. Know that. That's Gelato. You feel me? Like what, like Gelato. You feel me? Gelato. You feel me? That's it right there. Word.
How about you, Jahh?
Honestly, when I'm in the booth, they be giving me mad energy. So I just come off of that. I be screaming and shit. Word. Just be having a good time.
So how did you guys meet then?
Me and Lotto, it's crazy because like they said, like we all came from like one middle school. So we had like connections. We wasn't really that close, but we had connections. And then after 8th grade, we just built them bonds. For me, had close bonds. These like my brothers.
How was middle school like with all of you guys?
We were some menaces. I'm not gonna lie. Lotto was always on like on school shit. But he was a low key menace, bro.
In middle school, I was just real low key with my. I was on my school shit.
Who was the biggest menace?
D
Bills.
D used to be a bug out.
D billion.
He calmed down though. I done been in a bunch of classrooms with D, so
My son done calmed down now. I mean, he done
Word.
chilled down.
yeah, he
And
humble.
do you guys all go to the same high school?
Me and Lotto go to
Me
the
and
same
Jahh
high school,
do.
but we all used to. We did,
Yeah,
and
we all
then
used to freshman
everybody
year.
just went they separate ways after quarantine, 11th grade. For me,
Cause we go to one of them, for me, fake strict schools and shit. You know,
Word.
a nigga like D Bills can't. He
Word.
survive
Can't
that.
do
He
it.
had to go.
Are you guys still menaces or that?
I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
I learned to
I can't have that on my name.
I'm not gonna lie. I learned to like know when to do shit. For me, like when to be around my friends, when to have fun and shit. So I think that comes with maturity for me. So yeah.
Speaking about having fun, what's the funniest story you guys have together? What's y'all funniest story?
Shit. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Me and Ray Dad fought in like 6th grade.
Yo, me and Lotto had. So it was like after school for me.
Facts.
I'm hearing, yo, wow. Niggas coming up to me, they like, yo, Lotto want to get it on with you. You was talking, like, I don't know, you was pushing his girl or something for me. I'm like, what? This nigga, because back then, I'm not gonna lie, Lotto was short. So, I'm like,
4'7".
I'm not like,
Max.
I'm like, nah, son. About to get it on with him. We got it on. That was some weird shit.
And then some dyke came and stopped us and showed us what real gangster was because we were soft. And then after that day, there was no beef and we was cool.
Alright. And I want to know your opinions. I've seen in upper class and Lee Jilly, they were talking about, do you guys feel like, as like, you know, as a collective, you guys, and if you guys don't disagree, you guys have to fight it out, like fist fight? Or, I know Lee Jilly said yeah, upper class said nah. So I want to know your opinions on that.
What you think?
As in, like, what you mean?
Like, if you guys, like, he says something, you disagree, and y'all just fight it out.
And this is with my mans or somebody
Mans.
just random?
No, mans.
Oh.
Because Lee Jilly said he...
I'm not gonna lie to you. We some aggressive niggas. Me and D, I get it on with D the most. For me, like, niggas be around, be like, yo, talking crazy, you wanna get it? I mean, just get it on. It's no crazy shit.
Like men.
It's all love.
Yeah, it is all love. And
We'd rather-
you keeping your mans on point at the same time.
We'd rather get it on than be arguing like bitches, but we don't do all that.
Fuck that shit.
Right. And what's, like, one thing you got someone can't say to you then? I know upperclass, he said that you can't tell him to suck my dick. And I'm like,
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, like,
that's fine words.
like, for me, I'll be around my mans, niggas be joking, but, like, for, like, a random nigga be saying that, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, random. That's
And even with my mans, bro, sometimes niggas will get on it, but it's not, like, on no crazy shit, because niggas know you playing.
right. And back to the music, you know, as you guys continue to drop, you know, 2022 come around, what's the plans for 2022 for you guys?
For me, you wanna go?
Nah, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of shit tucked. Like, that's just what people been telling me. I need to stop tucking. So
Nah, yeah.
I'm not gonna front. The amount of tracks I got in the vault right now, I'm trying to drop like weekly, damn near. For me, on my Shy case time. I feel like I could be really consistent and pump out a lot of tracks. So weekly drops is my goal for me. I ain't been sticking to it, but I gotta get on it now, especially after the cycle went so crazy. Gotta get on that. Weekly drops and vids. Vids on top of vids on top of vids.
But yeah, for me, dropping more music for me because they all been telling me like, yo, for me, nice, drop the music. So yeah, I'm gonna start dropping the music, get out some vids and shit for me. I'm gonna start working on that consistency.
And you said something about having music in the vault. How do you decide what songs you want to drop one week and then compare it to next week?
Like I want to show my fans my development. You feel me? So I feel like I'll drop a track that I feel like is not my worst, obviously, but out of the tracks in the vault that I want to drop is the worst, and then I'll drop the better one from that, the better one from that, so they could just see me getting better and better as time goes. You know, I feel like that builds a fan base.
Yeah.
And what do you feel like you said you want to improve? You want to know how you improve. And so, what was one thing that you were good at in the beginning, and what have you improved so far?
One thing I was good at in the beginning was like not messing up. Like when I first started, I wasn't able to punch. Like I had to do my verses straight through because I always practice it over and over and over again. So me being able to deliver is something I was good at. Something that I got better at is probably like my voice manipulation. Because before I only tried to use that deep voice, so I couldn't really do anything with it. But now, I could get real saucy on the beat. I could get aggressive on the beat. So, word.
For me, I used to I was good at putting words together for me, and now I found myself even getting better at that. I could put my feelings inside of a song, and it actually makes sense. I'm actually talking for me. So yeah.
And do you guys find yourself making music for your fans or for yourselves?
I'm not gonna lie right now. Since I haven't been dropping, I have to say for myself because my fans are mad at me. The fans that I have are mad at me right now because I'm not dropping. But that changes. That's been changing now since I've been getting more fan feedback. But I feel like you have to see enough fan feedback first to start making it for them. And I'm just hitting that point. So where it's for the fans now.
Nah, yeah. For me, I had dropped Back I think a month ago for me, and I had posted it on TikTok. It was jacking it. For me, it was going out. So after that, I'm like, yeah. But right now, I think I'm about to I have shit written, so it's like, yeah.
So you like to more write than freestyle?
Yeah, for me, I'll freestyle, but I like writing because when I write, I can really sit down, figure myself out. For me, Lotto right here can bust a freestyle off the top of the dome. No cap.
I don't know. And that's the thing because when I first started, I always said I was the worst at freestyling. It would never work for me.
Sure.
But I don't know. One day I hit the stool, PG-41 freestyle. That song that's out on my SoundCloud. I won the stool, played the beat, and I had nothing wrote, so I just had to go line for line, and I just started getting in my song, start wilding, and I saw that was really what it was for me to find new flows, get real creative. So I love freestyling, but I'm real lyrical. So at the end of the day, writing will always be my favorite because I love to have my punchlines in there.
Speaking about lyrical, you being lyrical, what do you think is the best bar? Or a bar that's wet over people's heads?
Ooh, I got a few. I'm not gonna lie. I said clip hold balls, D the hood, Clay. Doing shit, you see the Nets play for me. Ball Clay center, Nets play. It's a crazy one right there. Then I got a few. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I said, damn, I forgot my Kobe ball. I'm not gonna lie. Damn, I said. Oh, I think I remember one. I said 2-1 shots in the chamber, 12 got lazy. I gotta let the 9 work for me. 12 plus 9, 21. That's a crazy one right there too.
2 full clip, but we only said 8 to his back.
Oh yeah, I said 2 full clip, but we only sent 8 to his back because he wasn't fall down his career. For me, that's a crazy Kobe ball right there. For me, Kobe wore 8 when he was young. 2 full clip. I got a lot more.
I think it was my recent one I wrote down. I was like, a lot of Clay gonna shoot with a Thompson for me, because I come from a carribean background for me, so those are the type of guns I grew up around. I mean, so
What background you say?
I'm Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Word.
All right. I had a rapper from Florida yesterday,
Word.
Trapland Pat. He's Haitian, and he said Haitian food is better than Jamaican food.
Whoa. I'm not gonna lie. For me, D and Lotto had like, cause my mom is a chef, a literal chef. For me, so D and Lotto had food for my mom. To me, they could explain to you how that go. For me, head crack. Word.
Food from the South is always superior than Caribbean food.
I don't know
At the
about
end
that.
of the day.
I don't know about that.
There's nothing like
There's
Southern
nothing like
cuisine.
Caribbean food.
Nothing.
What's the best Southern cuisine for you?
Yo, let me tell you right now, you feel me? And everybody here was at my GD party. My mom chefed it up. You feel me? I got merchants around. You feel me? You gotta have the fried chicken, baked mac, not the shit over the stove. Nah, baked mac. You feel me? Now, if it's a Sunday dinner family event, you gotta have the yams, the collard greens. You gotta go crazy. You feel me? That's the necessities for me. Now, if you're trying to go crazy from there, you could go into the bread, you could go into the cornbread, maybe some blueberry cornbread if you're feeling crazy that day. You feel me? Word. Word.
What's the
That's
best
it for
Jamaican dish?
For me, gotta put that like I don't know that white rice curry chicken for me with some rasta pasta. For me, add a little fried chicken. For me, if you really want to make it nice for me, can have that baked pudding on the side for dessert. Yeah.
And when you guys, are high, like up in the like rankings of rap and music and stuff like that, you guys have your own personal chefs.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy cooking though.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You enjoy cooking?
Hell yeah. Like, I feel like once I have a family and shit, I'm gonna wanna cook for them. Like, I'm gonna wanna do that shit.
You the best cook out of everyone?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's
Like
a
I
fact.
said,
Like,
I
that's
got a
fact.
mom that be chefing it up, so for me,
My mom's is golden.
I be in the
Motherfucking
kitchen learning. Word.
Nah, hell yeah. For me. But we gonna go out. We gonna go to the yams real soon. We gonna all be in the B&B, and I'm gonna have to chef it up for these niggas. They don't know how to do shit. So, I mean,
All right. As for the whole 401, speaking about 401, I want to know your opinions. Like, how did you guys get into the 401? Like, you said you guys were the last ones to start rapping. Like, how did they bring you into the 401 group?
I'm not gonna lie, for me, one of few of my first tracks was with KR. For me, like my video on YouTube right now is Who That. That was my first track with KR. For me, I started doing tracks with KR. We would send each other beats and shit. We just started clicking. So after that, it was like, yo, you 4-1 for me. Yo, 4-1. Word.
All right.
for me, I think it was a specific day. Like, I think me and D had went out with like KR, F&B Savo, and Jerry to a party. I think my sister Tiana party for me. And then that day we linked up. We ain't link up in a minute. That was around quarantine. And that's when we recently dropped 2 songs. But we dropped damn, can you remember?
Presidential.
I don't know. What we dropped? Fuck it. For me. But you could go on SoundCloud. We dropped a dual track.
YouTube too.
From YouTube too.
D Bills paid. They got mad shit.
And they heard it, KR heard it, and then, but they've been tuned in with us. So they was just on some yada guys, and we building a team right now. For me, we rather go from people that been there, because we've been went to school with each other since like middle school type shit. So they just wanted to build the base.
Well, you guys spend a lot of time together. So like, let's say, I can like name. You can name every lyric from his song.
Word.
Hell yeah.
Like yo,
hell yeah. That's
it's
exactly
to the point
how it is.
like we'll be chilling for me in the crib or whatever. Niggas put on a song, like everybody just geeking because everybody just know the lyrics for me.
Now, like, it's to a point where I could hear one of my man's tracks for the first time, and they'll begin a line, and I can finish it just because I've heard them rap so many times. Word.
So then, I mean, for you, D, so you know everywhere from Tag Team, from D Bills, and
Word. Because, bro, for me, back then, I was in the shoes for me. We was going to the stew together. So, word.
that's a great collective. You know, you guys know y'all lyrics and everything and stuff like that. And you guys are, and with that whole thing, that leads into my last question. You know, I always ask this question. I ask you guys, what type of legacy you guys want to have with 4-1, and for you guys, Jahh Staxks and Jay Gelato.
4-1, and for me personally, I just want to be that person for me that just talk straight facts. For me, something you can relate to. For me, that's the legacy I want to build on. Something you gonna always relate to on some Juice WRLD shit. But for me,
don't know. For me, for 4-1, I want us to be up there with like
Word.
Biggie and his mob type shit. Like for me, like I want us to be one of the biggest families that stayed together and hit the top. For me as a family. Now for myself, like I don't know. When I first started with just the drill, I just wanted to see my family eat. For me, make sure they good. But like I really want to be one of the best in this shit now. Like, but beyond drill, I don't want to be the best drill rapper because I don't know. To me personally, that don't mean shit to me. For me, I'm trying to be one of the greats type shit. Like I need to have niggas put me in top 5 that are alive type shit.
Alright.
Word. So that's what I want my legacy to be.
What do you guys want to say to the fans, supporters before we head out?
For me, stay safe. It's a very cold winter.
Oh yeah,
For
stay
me.
safe, stay tuned in.
Stay
You feel
tuned
me?
in,
J
word.
Gelato _IG SoundCloud.
Music
all
dropping
that.
soon. Word.
What's your Instagram?
The real Jahh Staxks for me.
Music dropping.
Jahh Staxks anywhere. Apple, SoundCloud,
Alright.
Spotify.
With an X too, isn't there? There's an X in there.
X in there. Word.
Hell yeah.
People look up STACKS.
Nah,
There's an X
it's
in
an
there.
X, no C. No
Sure they get it right.
disrespectful shit. No C though.
Alright, thank you guys for coming through.